Hello, and welcome to this special Southwestern College Professional Studies educational event. Our topic this evening is on traditional Chinese and modern medicine, culture, and practice. We have special presenters this evening. They are visiting Chinese scholars from Hunan University of Chinese Medicine in Changsha, Hunan, China. They go by the names of Christina, Yuna, and Yan. We hope that you enjoy this presentation.
Good evening, I'm Christina. I teach the history of Chinese medicine. Also, I teach my foreign students Chinese. So when I teach my foreign student Chinese, they say Chinese characters are very difficult to write and remember compared to English. So I want to ask you, do you know some Chinese characters? Okay, so you know Chinese? So today I will introduce Chinese characters. As we know, there are three oldest characters in the world. One is cuneiform, which is used in ancient Persia, the west of Asia. The other one is hieroglyphics, which is used by ancient Egyptian. These two characters are disappeared, except Chinese characters. Most of foreign students think Chinese characters are very difficult. Actually, if you know the original meaning of the Chinese characters, you will see it's very easy to remember. I will show you one character. It's a very interesting character. This is a zhong. We pronounce zhong. The original meaning means bright. This the shape like a window, so you can see a sunshine goes through the window. So original meaning is a window. Now it is very popular among young people and on internet. The new meaning is embraced. It's like an expression. So you can see this face just like embraced. And how does Chinese characters come from? So the first people believe something keep records by typing notes. In ancient time, people make records in daily life by typing notes. For example, you can see some ropes and strings. They type notes on ropes and strings. For example, if you catch a small bird, you can type a small note. If you catch a very big pig, you can type a big rope, a big note. This person just do that like that, but it can't record a lot of things. And second one, people believe someone invented this. Changjie created the characters. Changjie is a person. He lived 1,000 years ago. He's a minister of Huangdi, and the most acceptable legend of inventor of the Chinese characters is Changjie. And the next one is drawing. People believe if you draw some pictures and step by step, it becomes the characters. Some characters come from this. For example, this is fish, frog, bird, and deer. You draw the picture and then become the Chinese characters. It can record something, but it can't express abstract ideas. So for example, you can draw the sun, but if I say I think, so how can you draw think? So we change a lot. That's believed to be the way Chinese characters were invented. After invention, Chinese characters went through several stages. The first stage is oracle characters. Oracle characters is now known as the earliest writing system. Oracle characters was discovered at the end of 19th century and the early 20th century. A man named Wang Yizhong was a linguist. One day he was ill. He went to the pharmacy to buy some medicine, and he found some symbols on bones because animal bones can be used as medicine. So from then on, oracle characters were found. Oracle characters were carved on the bones and tortoise shell. So the wizard, the recorder is a visitor. Visitor will use knife to carve something on the bones. Now we have found they record everything about the king and nobles, not the normal people. And now we have collected more than 100,000 bones, but now we can only recognize 2,500 characters. And second, we can show you some characters. This is characters on one piece of bones. This is a mouth, and you can see the tooth. So ancient people believe if you feel toothache, the reason is there is a worm in your tooth. So they draw a mouse and a worm in the tooth. Now we call this dental caries. That's that. And I'll show you one word. Look at this picture. You see a man. He felt tired, so he sit down, lean against the tree. So a man, a tree, that is rest. We pronounce xiu. And next one, you can see a man take shower in the bathtub. So the words like this, we call this. This is oracle Chinese characters. Oracle characters write like this. This is yu, means take shower. And the second stage is bronze characters. It is in the late of West Zhou dynasty. Bronzeware was used extensively, so people found characters on the bronzeware. So we call this kind of characters bronze characters. You can compare these two, because if I ask you to write with a knife, you use a knife to carve something, it's very difficult. So the characters is long and thin, and the bronze characters become much fatter, just like this. And the third stage is seal characters. During the warring states period, there were different kinds of characters in different states. So if I read a book from another state, I can't recognize. Just like if I give you a book in Chinese, you can't read that book. So in 221 BC, Emperor Qin Shi Huang unified not only the whole of the China, but also the characters. Everybody must write Chinese characters like this. We call these seal characters. So much difference, right? This is seal characters. And the next one is official script. Although seal characters is become simple, it's still too complicated for scribes in various government offices who had to copy a lot of documents. So people changed the words. They changed the curly into straight and angular. So it's easy to write and can save a lot of time. So official script is like this. This is a very important turning point in history because it lays the foundation of square shape of Chinese characters. You can see now Chinese characters is square shape. So this is a very important turning point. It's also the beginning of modern characters. And next stage is a regular script. It is emerged in Han Dynasty. It's very simple and could set a good example for writing. So it is called Kai Shu in Chinese because Kai means good examples. It's very similar with characters we use today. if you want to study calligraphy, we will start to learn this one. So this is Kai Shu. It's change a little. And next one is cursive script. Cursive script was invented in late Han Dynasty. The strokes are vivid and continuous. It can write very quickly, but it's hard to recognize. For example, if I ask Nina to recognize words, can you read this?
Difficult.
So
Friendship.
So sometimes people can write just one character, use one stroke very quickly, but he can't recognize. There is a story, a man.
Yeah, I know that.
What's that?
Wait. Oh.
No. So, so there was a story. A man wrote a poem, and the next day his friend asked him the meaning of the poem, and he read it and say, I don't know the meaning. You should ask me the meaning of the poem yesterday. I forget what I wrote. I didn't remember that. So although it can write very quickly, but it's very hard to recognize. So in modern time, we didn't write this. And for because if you write regular script is not 7 times, and cursive script is very difficult to recognize. So people invented a new form, running script. It's much simple and it can write very quickly, and it is easy for people to recognize. So it's very popular until now. Now we use this kind of characters. So from oracle characters to running script, Chinese characters become more and more simple. It becomes more symbol rather than like a image. Those are traditional characters. Traditional characters now are used in Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, and Singapore. We don't use this. To write faster, our government changed traditional characters into simplified Chinese characters with less stroke. So you can compare. This is the name of our country, the People's Republic of China, 中华人民共和国, and this is the same meaning. But if you compare this, less stroke, right? And this is my Chinese name, Zeng Xiaojin. So if you ask me to write like this, maybe I will spend 2 minutes to write my name. But if I ask you to write this, maybe just 30 seconds, I can write my names. So that's the reason we use simplified Chinese characters. Some of young people, they can't recognize the traditional characters. And the people from Hong Kong, they can't recognize these words. And next I will show you a word. It is 友, means friend. Why Chinese characters use like this? This is 2 hands. 2 hands. When we meet a friend, what will you do? Shake hands, right? So friends will shake hands. So we use 2 hands. Why we use 2 hands? Because when you want to shake hands with others, you will open your hand, right? It means I'm friendly. I don't hide any weapon in my hand. I'm friendly to you, so shake hands with you. So this is oracle characters write like this, 2 hands, and bronze characters write like this. Seal characters write like this. Official script write like this. And now regular script. Now 有 we write like this. And last I will show you a word. Yi means doctor. This is a traditional characters, and this is simplified Chinese characters. There are 4 parts. The first part Feng represents craftsman, and Shi means acupuncture, and Shu represents massage, and You represents the Chinese traditional decoction. So the whole meaning is doctor is a craftsman who use acupuncture, massage, and traditional Chinese decoction to treat disease. That's the meaning of these words. So next, Yuna will tell you what is Chinese medicine. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yuna. I come from the Hunan University of Chinese Medicine. My major is modern medicine and Chinese medicine, and I teach the Chinese material medical in our university. Chinese material medical, that was you always call the Chinese herbs. Yeah, but Chinese material medical not just refer to Chinese herbs. Most of them come from the plants, like the Chinese herbs, but some of them come from the animal, and a small part come from the mineral like the stone. Yeah, awesome. So today, I want to talking about what is Chinese medicine and how did it work. So the 5 different points of Chinese medicine and modern medicine. We call Chinese medicine always the traditional Chinese medicine. We call that TCM. And modern medicine, MN. Yeah, first part, the history. Yeah, there's 2 pictures. One is the very young lady, and the other very old man. Yeah, modern medicine, just like the young lady, very beautiful, charming, and full of energy, and everybody loves her. Yeah, it's really is the modern medicine has a very short history, about hundreds of years, but it is very wonderful. It totally changed our lives. But the Chinese medicine has a long history. For thousands of years ago, it begins. But just like the old man, sometimes you will think out of fashion. Yeah, not very beautiful. And this man, and very something ugly and scared. But what he's doing, he's eating something. He's tasting the herbs, what we call the Chinese herbs. Yeah, it just say that he must to taste hundreds of herbs in a day, and got the poisons for 72 times in a day. Every time he got the poison, he will drink the tea to relieve the poison. Okay, and he has a very big belly and can see through. So you can see what will going on after the herbs. He ate the herbs. So after he eat the herbs, he will tell the people which one will did the effect, which one can treat you some coughing, bleeding, which one can treat you, which herbs has the poison. So that is very hard job, but he has did a good job. But it is, yeah, unfortunately, one day he tasted very poisonous herbs, and it's too late for him to drink the tea, so he died. Yeah, maybe you think that it is some ridiculous. It is not true. Maybe just a legend. Yes, maybe this is just a legend. But he is the ancestor of the Chinese people. His name is Shen Nong. Shen Nong means very miracle farmer. Yeah, he is just a farmer. But what is the truth? What is the real? it is tell us that it is very hard time for Chinese people to accumulate the knowledge of Chinese medicine. They do experiment on themselves, not on the lab, not on the animal, and they, yeah, they at the cost of their lives. A lot of people lost their lives, but they accumulate the knowledge of medicine. And after thousands of years, nowadays, we still use the knowledge today. So although it is ancient, but it's convenient and effective. The second point, the theory background. This is modern medicine theory background. I think you will know you. For Southwestern, we have the science department. Is that right? Yeah, Tammy teach us the biology, cell biology, molecular biology, and Michael take the class of biochemistry and anatomy. Ross take the class anatomy. Yeah, this is the theory foundation for modern medicine. So for modern medicine is developed with the development of science and technique. But this is the theory foundation of Chinese medicine. There is 3 parts. Yeah, it is limited time, so I can't explain very detailed. This is the most important, yin and yang. So in this theory, we divided everything in the world with yin and yang. The things with the characteristic like the ascending, warm, and irritative, we think that is yang. But the things descending, cold, and tranquil, we think that is yin. So you will know that if man pertains to yang, so women pertains to yin. The day pertains to yang, the night pertains to yin. Yeah, the fire pertains to yang, the water pertains to yin. The heaven pertains to yang, and the earth pertains to yin. Just like this. So yin and yang confront each other and restrain each other, fight each other, but they are dependent on each other. So can this part, the white part bigger, this is yang, and the black part will be smaller. White part ascending, black part descending. But they contain each other. There is a little black point in the white one, and there is a white point in the black one. They contain each other and dependent each other. That is the thinking of dialectical thinking. Yeah, that is yin and yang. And this is 5 elements. You see, wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. So they also divided everything in the universe with the 5 elements. For example, color, red, fire, red pertains to fire, yellow pertains to earth, white pertains to metal. Yeah, and the people, the body, heart pertains to fire, spleen pertains to earth, and metal pertains to lung. Kidney pertains to water. And the eyes, tongue, muscle, nose, bone also can divide it according to the 5 elements. That is to explain how the physiology and the pathology of the people. So that is thinking of the system thinking. The whole body like the system. Yeah, this is the second theory background. And this is the collaterals and the channels. That is the foundation of acupuncture. So you can see that these channels and collaterals cast away the body. So this is all the acupoints. So why do some acupoints? Why we need stimulate here, but not here? Because this is the point is on the channels and collaterals. And all these channels and collaterals collect the whole body as a whole, collect the vessels and the bowels as a whole. So that is the theory foundation. Although we have this visceral manifestation, divine energy, blood, and the body fluids, or some other theory foundation. Okay, the third part, the difference advantage of TCM and MM. So, modern medicine, the doctor were good at treating disease based on disease. So sometimes we call that the modern medicine doctor. What he do when you see your modern medicine doctor? First, he want to make sure if you have the disease. He will examine you and take some lab. If there is no wrong with you, no disease, he will tell you, yeah, although you not feel comfortable, although you may feel tiredness or headache, but you're okay, not big deal. You can go home. Yeah, but if the doctor finds some problem with you, he will be, some evil excited. Yeah, you've got that disease. That is what disease. And I can treat you. I know this disease very much. I can treat you. I can do some surgery or etiquette. He will be telling you that. So we say that modern medicine is a confront medicine. Confront. Do you know confront? For example, like a cancer patient has a tumor in the body. What the modern medicine do is to remove the tumor, remove the cancer cells as thoroughly as possible. Yeah, we can do the surgery, the chemotherapy, the radiotherapy to remove the cells, remove the tumor from your body, out of your body. Although you will be very, very weak, although this treatment will hurt you, will damage you, but maybe some modern medicine doctor don't care. What he cares is about remove the tumor. So at last, the patient at last may be moved all the tumor cancer out of his body, but not every time. But at the same time, the patient is very weak. Yeah, very weak. But what the Chinese medicine do? Chinese medicine is good at treating people. What our focused on is based on human feeling and syndrome. We call that syndrome differentiation. Syndrome refers to a serious, a kind of the symptoms and the signs. And we care about what are you feeling, what you suffering most. Yeah, headache, difficult to sleep, not want to take the food, and always stop and always the sick and the vomit, like that. We focus on that. So when always, I study the Chinese medicine treated the cancer for my doctorate degree. So a lot of patients come to see the Chinese medicine doctor is a very weak people or very old people or at the last stage of the disease. Maybe he has taken the surgery, the chemotherapy, the radiotherapy from modern medicine. Very, very weak. And modern medicine doctor will thought that we can do nothing to help you because what we do has done, but you're still weak. I can do nothing. I think it is too old or too late or too weak for you to take the surgery, to take the chemotherapy again. So he can't. But this time we will thought about what the people feeling. So we can do something to help the people, to make him feel better. Yeah, sometimes we always do a good job. If the first 3 months is most important, if in the first 3 months the patient will get better, we will be confident. We can make the patient live longer, maybe 6 months, maybe 1 year, maybe more than 1 year, maybe 2 years. We made the miracle. Yeah, a lot of the cases. So that was our advantage. Yeah. So, and another part is preventive treatment of disease. That we treat the disease before it starts. You know that is modern medicine can do. They treat disease, but we want to preventive treatment of disease. We call that self-health status. We have a lot of methods and formula and herbs to treat the self-health status. As long as you have the symptoms and signs, we can treat you. We can help you. For example, for women, the menstruation, not women has the menstruation, always suffering the pain, there has their blood clots. The color of the blood, maybe someone is black, yeah, or someone has their long cycle or something. We have all the herbs to treat. We can change the color of your medicines and change the quality of your medicines. So we can do this. Okay. The first part is diagnosis. Modern medicine diagnosis, I think you all understand. Physical examination, standard, test, and spatial examination, like the CT and MRI. And Chinese medicine, we use almost 4 or 5 methods. Observation, listening and smelling, inquiry, pulse taking. I think these modern medicine also used, but we have 2 different. The first is the tongue diagnosis. Every Chinese medicine, every Chinese doctor will examine the tongue very carefully. What is the color of the tongue? That is light red. That is white tongue. And that is red tongue. And we also with the tongue coating. That is the yellow tongue coating. That is the white tongue coating. And that color of the tongue is purple. Yeah. That is yellow coating. Yeah. So the different color shows the different disease of you. And different shape. You can see that this is a very thin tongue. And this is very fat tongue. And this tongue has the teeth point. You see that? We can see that, we can think about that the patient maybe cannot sleep very well in the night. Okay. Or not have a good appetite. Yeah. And sometimes it's very dry. The tongue is very dry. But sometimes it has the humidity like this. Sometimes thick coating and sometimes thin coating. All this can reflect a lot of information what you are. Yeah, about reflect the states of your viscera and bowels. And another one is for the pulse feeling. In modern medicine, also do the pulse feeling to count how many times it's beating in 1 minute, or what is the rhythm. But we are a lot of contents about pulse feeling, a lot of books, not for just to talking about what is the pulse feeling. Some parts, so spatial for the pregnant women. If you feel the pulse for the pregnant women, it's very smooth, with slippery, just like the pearls. You know the pearls rolling on the jade plates, rolling on the plates, very smooth. But someone's pulse is very deep. You must press hard to feel his pulse. Or someone is not very smooth, just like use the knife to scrape the bamboo. Do you know bamboo? To scrape the bamboo, not very smooth. All this can tell what the state of your viscera and bowels. The last one, treatment. Okay, the modern medicine can treat. I don't want to talk about more. Yeah, but for Chinese medicine, we can use acupuncture, moxibustion, and massage. This massage we call Hunan. Use the Acupoints, just like the acupuncture. But we not use the needle, but use our hands. It's very comfortable. And the cupping glass. Yeah. And this is the gua sha. Maybe this is just like a spoon. You can use the spoon to, on the skin, to grate as on the skin, make it red. And some exercises like qigong, tai chi, and wu qing xi. And we can make some of the very safe Chinese herbs, together to make the diet theory. But what is most important is Chinese herbs. You call Chinese herbs, we call them material medical. Okay, that is the most important. Yeah. So, in America, I know that acupuncture may be very popular. But you know, in China, all these methods are the Chinese medicine. In China, Chinese herbs can treat much more disease than acupuncture and has a much better effect than acupuncture. So I think you like acupuncture. So one day you must accept the Chinese herbs. You must like Chinese medicine. So if you ask me whether Chinese medicine and modern medicine, which one is better, I think a combination each of them is the best because they are both medicine. Chinese medicine is not just a complementary medicine, I also think, or alternative medicine. It is real medicine, can treat a lot of diseases. Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Yan. This is my name. Today I talk something about acupuncture. It's not acupuncture because acupuncture is just one part of acupuncture. And here's the subtitle: self-health care. Because you are not an acupuncturist, so I tell you something you can do by yourself. So first, you should know what is acupuncture. Acupuncture is mainly consists of acupuncture and moxibustion. It's based on the theory of traditional Chinese medicine, for short TCM, and it can be used to treat and prevent disease. If you saw someone doing acupuncture, you will see he will apply the needles on special points on the body. That we call them acupoints. The acupoints are on the meridians. So what is meridians? The pictures, you see the pictures and the red line. The pictures shows the 12 main meridians. The meridians is a system of pathway also goes through all over the body to connect all the organs, and the qi and blood will flow in the meridians. Qi and blood are the conceptions in Chinese medicine. They are similar to energy or blood fluid, something like that. So the meridians will connect all the organs all over the body, and there are some key points on the meridians. We call them acupoints. We will apply acupuncture or moxibustion on the points. So why Chinese people like to be treated by acupuncture? Besides the well-known acupuncture, we have many other methods. Electro Acupuncture. We will apply some current pulse on the needles to enhance the stimulation. It's often used for relieving pain. And this is moxibustion, means burning of moxa. Moxa is a kind of Chinese herbs. I will talk about this later. And this is cupping. The cupping may be different from the cupping you used because we will use fire to draw out the air and apply the cupping on the flat surface of your body. You can try when you in wet weather. Sometimes you will feel restlessness and painful joints. You can use this method. Apply the suction cup on the body, and we often use on the back. Here is the spine. You can apply the cupping beside the spine. left side and right side beside the spine. And another method, that therapy, is bloodletting. The picture shows the doctor prick down the tip of the ear and draw out some blood. This can be used to treat fever or high blood pressure. And in my class, my students often prick, they try to prick on a point on the back of the neck to treat their acne. Because they are 19 or 20s, they have acne on their face. So they use this method to treat their acne. And this is auricular acupuncture. I will talk about this later. So Chinese people prefer to treat it by acupuncture because it has many advantages. The first, it has a wide range of indications. It can be used in internal medicine, surgery, and preventive medicine. It has many indications, for example, headache, arthritis, asthma, or it can help you to lose weight, and insomnia, many more. And the second, it has prompt and appreciable cures. Most of the time, it will take effects quickly, especially for relieving pain. Sometimes if you have a pain, when you apply the acupuncture needles on the points, sometimes the pain will stop right now. So it takes effect quickly. But I don't mean if you have headache or some other kind of pain, I apply needles on you, you will recover soon. I don't mean that. I just mean when I apply needles on you, your symptoms will be relieved. But if you want to recover, maybe it will take a few times. The third reason is the important reason why Chinese people prefer acupuncture to medication, because it has few side effects. Because as we know, the mechanism of acupuncture is to regulate your body function. That means to keep the balance of your body. So it has side effects, a few side effects. For example, when you have diarrhea or you have constipation, the doctor will give you different medicine. But if we treat you with acupuncture, we can apply acupuncture needles on the same acupoint. It can take different effects. But if you are normal, you don't have diarrhea or constipation, I apply the needles on you, it will take no effects. So it has side effects. As even acupuncture has so many advantages, there are still some people, they are afraid to be treated by acupuncture because they think it's hurt, right? So, do you know how it feels? No? I can't apply needles on you now. So, we can try, press on the points to feel. Try to find the points. It's called 合谷. It can help you to relieve pain when you have some pain, headache or chest pain above your belly button. This part of your body, you have pain, you can try to press the points. The points is between the first and the second metacarpal bone, and in the middle of the metacarpal bone. You can, an easy way, you can press this crease of your thumb here and press down. The point is where your tip of your thumb touch. Here's the point. Try to press firmly. Do you feel that? It hurts? But it's not like something pricked in, not like needles in, right? But if I apply needles in your points, it's the same sensation. So I think it's not the sensation you imagined, right? If you can't apply needles on yourself, but you can use this acupressure. Acupressure. These points called 人中 on the filtering 2/3 the way above the upper lip. We use these points in emergency. Here is the point. If you found someone in coma, someone was faint, you can press the points firmly as hard as you can to help him to restore consciousness, like CPR. Yes. You know, in China, not everyone knows how to do CPR in emergency, but they all know how to press the points. If you press on the points, you can help the people who are in coma to increase his blood pressure, so it can help restore consciousness. Another point is 内观. It's for nausea and vomiting. The point is between the tendons of the palmaris longus and the flexor carpus. I just found 2 tendons. Clench your fist. Clench your fist. You can see there are 2 tendons. Right? You can find the 2 tendons. And the point is between the 2 tendons. And the next sentence, 2 CUN, 寸 to 寸 above the transverse crease of the wrist. 寸, CUN, is a measurement mark in acupuncture. It's not a specific length. It depends on the length of your bone. For example, from the wrist to the elbow, from the wrist to your elbow is 12 寸. So how to find the 2 寸? Half 6, 1/3 2 寸. So it depends on the length of your bone. So we can try to find the point in an easy way. Your fingers, the 2 fingers above the wrist and between the 2 tendons, here is the point. If you have a Cursive or seasick, you have symptoms of nausea or vomiting, you can press the points to relieve the symptoms. And there is another therapy I want to introduce to you. It's Bastian. If you want to do this therapy, you need some items. First, you must get a moxa stick. All these things you can get from Amazon. So it's easy to get. You can see like a cigarette, light the moxa stick and hold it near your acupoints or your skin surface. And the distance depends on how you feel. If you feel warm, it's okay. If you feel hot, so let it away. And if you hold this for 20 or 30 minutes, you will feel tight. So there are some items to help you to hold the stick. Bastian, this kind of therapy we often use to treat disease, also to maintain health. There are some points we often apply acupuncture on. The first point is 关元. The point is on the anterior midline, and 3 twin below the umbilicus, below your belly button. 3 twin, you can measure with your fingers. Your 4 fingers close together, and the width of this. To find the crease of this is middle finger, crease of this middle finger, and the width of the 4 fingers is 3 twin. And put your hands here. You can find the points. Anterior midline, and put your hands under your belly button, and here is the point. If you hold a moxa stick near the points when you feel warm, and you keep on doing this for 20 or 30 minutes per day, and you keep on doing this for 1 month, 2 months, it can enhance your immune system. So it says to prevent disease. And the other points, Zeng. Most of the Chinese know they all know the points. It's for gastrointestinal dysfunction and promoting general wellness. So the point is on the anterior aspect of the lower leg. If you don't mind, I can show you. When your knee is flexed, you bend your knee, you can find here is a depression. When you bend your knee, here is a depression. And put your hands, not others' hands, but must be your hands. The four fingers, 3 turn below the depression and besides the tibia. Here, besides the tibia, is the points. It's called Zeng. So when you have a stomach ache, or you have poor appetite, and you eat too much, it's some problem with your gastro movement, you can press on the points. And it also can be applied with moxibustion to keep your health. The last therapy I want to show you is auricular acupuncture. We can apply acupuncture on the exterior ear because you can see the ear holds a microsystem of our body, and the map of the ear is informed of inverted fetus. So, for example, the earlobe represents or reflects the problems of your head, your eyes, your nose, and here is the spine, and here is the organs in the chest, and the organs in the abdomen, and here's the legs, the upper limbs, the lower limbs. For example, you can see this point. If you find someone, if you found a spot or a note in someone's ear at this point, it may suggest that some problem with his stomach, because this point represents stomach. It also means if someone has stomach problems, you can apply acupuncture or some other mass therapy on this point to treat his stomach problems. For example, we can use needles, but since it hurts, so maybe you prefer to use seeds. Find some seeds. You can use, in China we use the seeds from Vacaria plant. It's a kind of herbs, but if you can't find the seeds, you can use millet. You can find millet in Asian market. I found the millet in Wichita, Asian market. So you find the millet, the small one and round and global seeds. Put the seeds on the points with tape to fix, and then you can press the seeds and press the seeds until your ear turns red. I think it may be about 3 or 5 minutes, your ear will turn red. For example, for insomnia, there are 5 points we often use. The first is Shenmen here. You can, if you have neighbors, you can look at others' ears, find points. Shenmen, the second is heart, and next one kidney, and next one is spleen, and next one is endocrine. Endocrine, just try to find endocrine here, but it's inside. It's inside. I mean, endocrine is here, but it's inside. So try to find the points and put the millet on the points with the tape. Then press on the seeds, it will give you stimulation, and until your ear turn red, you can do this 3 or 5 times per day. And it don't mean you press these points one time you can fall asleep. I don't mean that. If you can keep on doing this for 7 days or 10 days, it will help you fall asleep. It will help you to relieve the symptoms. So it's the ear point. You can find the map. You can Google to find the map. These are the therapy I want to introduce to you. As I hope you can try yourself. Thank you.
Thank you.